Hi everyone, we're going to look at how to calculate the rate of change of a function. Now when you think rate of change, I want you to just think slope, because really it's the exact same thing. Say for example we've got a function that does something like this, and you want to find the rate of change between 2 points on the function. We can pick any 2 points. All we're going to do is actually just calculate the slope of the line that would be connected between those two. So all we need is the points at each end, and we're going to use that to find the y change over the x change, and that will be the slope. So for the first one here, we're going to plug in these endpoints of the interval. So for f of 3, that would be 2 times the absolute value of 3 minus 3, which would be 2 times 3 minus 3, which is 6 minus 3, which is 3. And then f of 13 is 2 times the absolute value of 13 minus 3, which is 26 minus 3, which is 23. Once we've got these two y values with the x's, we can then make a table. X's and f of x's. Remember, f of x's are the same things as y's. So when x is 3, y is 3. When x is 13, y is 23. And then we just find the change in y divided by the change in x. And that will give us our slope. The change in y is plus 20, so positive 20, over the change in x, which is plus 10. So our rate of change, or our slope, is 2 over that interval from 3 to 13. For the next one, same idea, just different function. We're going to plug in the x values into our function. So f of negative 9, which would be 2 times negative 9 squared plus 2 times negative 9 plus 4. Negative 9 squared is positive 81, so 2 times 81. 2 times negative 9 is minus 18 plus 4. This would be 162 minus 18 plus 4. 162 minus 18 would be 144 plus 4, which is 148. So f of negative 9 is 148. And then f of negative 1 would be 2 times negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 plus 4. So this is 2 times 1, which is 2, minus 2 plus 4, which is, of course, 4. We make our little table, x and f of x. So at negative 9, our y value is 148. At negative 1, our y value is 4. We again got to find the y change divided by the x change in order to find slope or rate of change. For 148 down to 4, it's actually decreasing by 144, because you can find it by doing this, 4 minus 148, and that would be negative 144. And then for up above here, negative 1 minus negative 9 becomes plus 9, which is positive 8 there in the bottom. Then we divide those two, and we get negative 18 as the rate of change. For the last one, same idea. We're going to plug in the endpoints. F of negative 2 would be 5 times negative 2 cubed minus 1 times negative 2 squared plus 2 times negative 2 minus 5. Yeah, we're plugging in negative 2. And we get 5 times negative 8 minus 1 times positive 4 for the negative 2 squared minus 4 minus 5. This would be negative 40 minus 4 minus 4 minus 5, which would be negative 53. For f of 0, that's going to be the y-intercept, which is just negative 5. So now we've got our 2 points. We can make our table. So x and f of x here. X of negative 2 has a y of negative 53. X of 0 has a y of negative 5. And again, we just find the y change divided by the x change. This is the change in y. This is the change in x. So the change in y is negative 5 minus negative 53 over 0 minus negative 2, which looks kind of crazy. But this is actually just increasing by 48 from negative 53 up to negative 5. And then this is increasing by 2. So negative 5 minus negative 53, which would be a plus 53, would be a positive 48. And then 0 minus negative 2 would be a positive 2. So it's 48 over 2, which is 24. So when you find the rate of change, you're really just finding the slope.